Hi, I am Elsie. I teach second grade at Lincoln Elementary School in Ottawa, Kansas. Um, I have only been teaching for 2 years. I teach second grade. This is my second year. I graduated from KU in 2017. Um, so about communication, since this is my second year, I know there's a lot of different ways that you can communicate that I probably haven't even explored yet. But for me, what I used last year and have continued using this year that's been very effective with communication with parents and students is an app called Classroom Dojo. With this app, I communicate with parents on a daily basis. A lot of the times, on the daily basis, it's just quick reminders. So and so is going to be picked up out back today, something like that. And parents can communicate with me almost like a text message, except there's no cell phone numbers involved. It's all just kind of like a website and access code. But with that, I communicate with parents. Sometimes it's a reminder, sometimes it's so and so had a rough day today. This is what happened. Sometimes it could be an incident at recess that I just want to inform them about that wasn't super severe. Um, I use this app to also communicate with my students. Now, being a second grade teacher, communication's happening 24/7 in that classroom. So how I kind of can use that app to communicate with kids is if I'm at the back table and I'm working with a group of kids and I can't just stop what I'm doing to help them or help someone else, or if they're off task, I can just say, so and so, you need to take a class dojo point for not following the rules. You are off task right now. You shouldn't be walking around. And it can just be a quick reminder for them. Oh, okay, I have a negative behavior. I'm going to have to lose a point for this. I need to get back on task. My teacher noticed my classmates are working. I'm not. So that's just kind of a quick communication. This can be positive or negative. A lot of the times it'll be, oh, so and so, go give yourself a point for following directions. And that will cue all the other classmates. Hey, this person got a point. This is what I should be doing. So that app really helps me communicate with parents and students for negatives and positives. A lot of the times, I'll send just quick little reminders to parents like, oh, so and so turned in their homework today. Great job. Thanks for working on that with them, just to acknowledge the parents' help as well. Um, that last section of my regards to school communication and how I do that with administrators, I have at our school we have 4 sections of each grade level, so K through 5, and then we do have a preschool at our school. This is hard to communicate with just our principal because we do not have an assistant. He is very busy on a daily basis working with all the different classrooms and the teachers and students who are needing him right away. On top of his district leadership things that he has to be, I mean, meetings constantly where he may not be in the building, or if he is, he's not just accessible where we can grab him if we need for a student. So our best way to communicate with our administrator at our school is just through email. He reads emails very quickly, whether he's in a meeting or not, and then can kind of see the severity of that from the email. So if it's something that, hey, this is just a reminder, this student did this, if you wouldn't mind polling them at some point. And that has happened multiple times this year where he has come in my room and said, hey, I'm sorry, I ran out of time today, but I can pull this one tomorrow and we can talk. So that's something, email's been the best way for us to communicate with him. He does have his phone on him and he's told us we can send a text if it's something that's like urgent, or call him and he's not in his office, or if he is in a meeting, he can rush back. But fortunately, that doesn't happen very often. So email is kind of the best way to get a hold of the administrators at our school, and they do check that constantly. So I believe that the school community relations, the important aspects of that are communication on all fronts. It should not be a closed door from communication. Obviously, certain things need to be kept private between an administrator and a teacher and a student, but our school strongly believes in notifying parents before any decision has been finalized. So keeping all stakeholders involved in the decision-making process. Obviously, we're not going to say, call parents and say, what do you think their punishment should be? But more so going about it like, this is what happened. This is what we think is an appropriate punishment for this action. And so making sure the communication is not just the administrator making a decision, not just informing parents and not having a say in it, and not just ignoring teachers or having teachers make the sole decisions. So fortunately, I work in a great school environment where the parents, the teachers, the students, and the administrators are all involved in that decision-making process when it comes to behaviors or extra things that are needed in the classroom with students or teachers. This is my Module 1 video. Thanks for watching.